I think it's all one thing, but until people start to actually like vocally say, like, no, the context is different over here. No, that's nobody does that anymore. It's old man jujitsu. No, that's efficient in this lane jujitsu. You're
Yes.
just being stupid,
Right.
right? You're willfully ignorant. So I think that's the hill I'll die on. Somebody will shoot me eventually.
Yeah.
I'll just argue about willful ignorance.
No, I think you're doing the right thing, and I think that's why people are drawn to you and drawn to
It's
um
the dojo.
so well let's talk before we get to the BJJ project. Let's talk a little bit about Rickson Gracie.
Sure.
Because he's, definitely on my, heroes list in the jujitsu realm. And I think people see a lot of, Rickson Gracie stuff, these younger kids. But if you look back at, Rickson's career as, a mixed martial artist, a fighter, Valley Tudo in the 90s. I mean, he was, a real pioneer in like he was already talking about mindset and breathing and fighting, and he combined kind of everything. And this was in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he was really a pioneer in the game, and just that jujitsu can be, work in any arena, including no holds barred Valley Tudo fight. And so he was, I love to see that kind of jujitsu. And I still watch the old videos of like, um, I don't know who's announcing it, one of the Gracies, but he'll talk about like, oh, this judo guy comes into our gym and tries to fight Rickson Gracie, and Rickson Gracie destroys him in like 30 seconds. And those are fantastic. Like Rickson's like, yeah, I'll fight you. Let's go. Boom. And they just, and that's, there's no other way to back up your sport than that, So I think the guy's amazing, and for you to be under his lineage, and so if you could just talk a little bit about that. And what I kind of see in your fundamental stuff is really the Rickson Gracie, which is invisible jiu-jitsu, right? Is kind of the
Yeah.
foundation building blocks of, what it's, the fundamentals of jiu-jitsu, the principles and concepts, right?
Well, because this full circles back to the BJJ project,
Mhm.
I can talk about them and Hicks at the same time on
Yeah,
that.
we could combine them both, sure. Yeah.
What happened was they found me through social media and thought he's loud and annoying and he'll get attention for the brand. That's literally like,
No,
okay,
okay, right.
the original idea for them, I think, I might be misquoting Will and Nathan, was to be like an agency for instructors because it's really hard for instructors. Instructors, like, it's a kind of thankless job. You run an academy and you do the best you can. So now you're a business owner and you've
Mm.
been concentrating on being a martial artist for all these years, and now you have to run a business.
Yeah,
The idea is like, how do we book your private lessons? How do we book your, how do we help you while you teach?
right.
And then it became this thing where everything that I started filming and teaching, Will and Nathan were looking at it going, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this before. And I'm like, oh, it's Rickson. This is the stuff that I gave my life to. Like, I care more about Rickson's view of jujitsu. And so if I describe it, it's not a collection of moves, right? You can't just take the Elio manual and say, this is Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, here's your 40 lessons, standing ground, blah, blah, blah. It's not a collection of moves. There is a collection of moves. It's the way he looks at it and the way he teaches it. It's the foundation that creates what makes these moves work that I was enamored with. The first introduction to Rickson's Jiu-Jitsu that I ever had, like everyone was choke, like watching choke and be like, fuck yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad motherfucker. And that's like, man, I wish I could do that stuff.
yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm
Choke's
just
only choke is only like one small part of like what he does too. That's like his fighting. That doesn't even talk crazy about his jiu-jitsu either. Right.
talking. It's it.
Yeah.
What blew me away was I did a seminar with Jason Robig and he taught the hip escape. And it's like, what the fuck have I been doing? I've been getting yelled at for years about doing more chin-ups and more push-ups to get stronger and faster to make a Kimura happen. I have to be able to bend this person's arm. He's twice my size. I don't know, punch him. It's not, I'm not actually learning. I'm just fighting and getting injured, fighting and getting injured. Yeah, I'm getting tough. And yeah, I'm starting to feel what jujitsu should be. And I'm having to teach myself this shit. Drove me crazy. When I came across Jason and his clear explanation of why we use this frame underneath somebody to be able to functionally move
Mhm.
without being crushed, I was like, God fucking damn it, a decade
Right.
gone. Me just breaking my
Until I
spine.
figured out this frame. Right. Yeah.
Dude, and so what the frame is, what the hip escape is, all the way up from being on your back, being on your knees, being sorry, knee ride, and then all it's blah blah blah, standing. You get to
Mhm.
standing, you're in base.
Right.
Base is an equal weight distribution of connection to the ground. Your base should be determined by distance management and the middle. When you connect to somebody, your base changes because now you have made like a bridge. So now how you connect to somebody, all of this shit makes complete sense to me. But
Mhm.
it was like if I asked somebody about it, they like, I don't know, man. He's just on another level. And then I just like, I gotta talk to him. I gotta start training with him. I gotta be with this dude. I need him to explain it to me.
Right.
I got obsessed with Hickson's foundation that creates the jujitsu that he
Mhm.
does. And when BJJ Project started filming me, I remember Will was like, "This is bullshit," blah blah blah. And he does a really funny interview on Howder's podcast. I listened to it recently, and he was like, "This is shit. I hate him. This is Kool-Aid, Gracie bullshit." And then he was like, "Fuck, it works."
Yeah. But it
And
works.
then he went
Mhm.
off and he did more of it. He's like, "God damn it, it works." And then I
Yeah.
started showing him how to do moves, and he was like, "Son of a bitch." And he got more interested over time until the point where they said, "All right, we're going to film you and we're going to film what you want to do. We should do, well, their suggestion originally was, we're going to put you in a position. You tell us what you're supposed to know. You tell us what you do here, here, and here." And I was like, okay. And
Mhm.
they organized it and they called it a suitcase. I have nothing to do with this. I'm just the product that they sell. So
Okay.
these guys are super smart. They're
Yeah.
the ones that organized everything and
Yes.
presented it to everyone and then spammed you with this in the algorithm or something. I
Yeah.
had this fucking
And you're
guy.
all over my feed everywhere.
It's because you pushed the button. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote on there is like, "Get this fucking asshole off of my fucking thing with his 1993 jujitsu. He's all in my algorithm." And I'm looking at it going like, "Well, you typed on it,
Yeah.
you dumbass. You're the one who put it in the algorithm." So I don't think people understand how this thing works because I don't.
Mhm.
Apparently, if you fucking view something for more than 30 seconds, they keep
Yeah.
sending it. So, well, stop looking at me.
And I follow Chris Howder too and in his stuff. So it's I'm
Good
already
man.
in the arena.